Everybody, just another day in the shop. I'm going to show you how we're going to make this easy. It's going to be easy for us. It's going to be easy for y'all. Maybe a few of y'all want to get in here, so we'll give it just a minute while we move some of this stuff around. Whenever we do a job like this right here is usually for the seat cover. It's usually $400 for just the bottom. That's put on, that's made to cover and everything. The foam work right here, this is usually, we usually charge them about 75, 80 bucks to cut that off, shape it. And really that's a deal because it usually takes a little bit longer to do something like this right here, which they did kind of level it out for me with their tail. I mean, so it's going to be pretty easy. And if you look right here, you can tell that this right here has been fixed before. And hey, who knows who fixed it? I might have, but I doubt it. But you see right there, it's got some headliner on it. And I usually don't put headliner over it unless I smooth it out on the edge. And you can tell that right there was not smoothed out on the edge. So I probably didn't do it. But it don't matter. It's still got to be done. And if you put a piece on there and you don't smooth it out, it probably ain't gonna matter anyway. First thing that we normally do whenever we do something like this is we're taking it's one of the first things that we do is we'll take and steam it just to try to raise it up just a little bit. Me and Wesley is both working on this. So that's where we're at with it. We're going to do this kind of quick. We do a bunch of these. So while that steamer's warming up, we try to do several things at one time just to try to make it make the job go a little bit faster. You really don't need that in there, this, because it's broke. It's rusted in two right there, so that ain't gonna matter. Nobody likes that beeper thing anyway. It's in the bottom of the tree. All right, so we're gonna go right there. Let that dry. Hey Wes, is that valve stick over there? The one that goes right here? Okay. It's stuck to the cover?
No, it's stuck to the...
Okay. Okay, so there's the valve stick. We need to fill in the driveway out here with all this dirt. All right, so before we stick this one on, I might put a little glue on it. It does help it. Just say you put a little bit of glue on it, like a foundation of glue, and you just let that sit. Put another dent in the spray gun, and you just let that sit. That way, whenever you go to stick this on here, it's already got a foundation of glue on it, and it just helps it stick to the foam when you get ready to do it, and you respray it. It gives it a little bit of extra. But this right in here looks pretty bad. I don't know how that happened, but out here, you never know. On that cord, it was unplugged, so it might take a little bit longer. But anyway, we are going to go ahead and get started on cutting this stuff out. I'll try to explain as you go. Sometimes whenever we get a good seat cover, we'll take and like this right here, we'll take and make it and cut our patterns out of hard plastic. That way, whenever we get one that's real raggedy like this, we still got this one right here to fall back on. So we got all the pieces right here. Yeah. Okay. Wes is showing you the cover. So whenever we get one like this, looks like crap.
Whatever's left of
Yeah, we might keep it together for a little bit just to look at it and get a few references off of it, but we really don't have to have them. We got our soap foam right here. What I normally do if I'm waiting on something like this, I'll take and put the I'll take and put the cover down, go ahead and start drawing out some of these patterns, and then we just spray the foam and lay them on there. Like I said, I'll try to get Wesley to do some of this right here. He's a good steamer. Yeah. He's trying to clean up the mess as we go. Go ahead and stick this down.
come out that good.
Cars pick it up on their tire, and we fill it back up with the dirt that comes out of their food. Another thing is whenever you sew the old cover and you're putting in old pieces, make sure that you clean that dirt as much of it, blow as much of it off as you can off of the old cover. Believe it or not, it don't take very, very much dirt to go down into the push on your sewing machine. And when it does, you wonder why your sewing machine's skipping, why it's breaking thread. It will make your sewing machine act a fool. But that's the carpet right there. So we definitely don't think we're going to use the carpet that's on there. It probably be pretty bad. I'll get dirt. It's full of dirt. You use that carpet. It's like sewing these tarps that go on these semi trucks. See, some of these are just the opposites. Like that's the opposite. That's the opposite. So some of these patterns ain't in here, Wes. There's the carpets. There's this and this and this. So
Do the
here's the bag. Yeah. So we're gonna take some of these. I got a bunch of them in here. We'll go through these right here. There's the center. Okay. This is the way it goes, like this. There's this. Armrest, armrest. They might not be the same color, but sometimes we just took them and made them out of any color. All this is just patterns. So get your patterns out. This right here. So there you go. There's the pieces. Right there. These two pieces right here go together. And that went right here. Front, that's it right there. There's the carpet that goes in the back. Okay, so we got all these pieces here. Sometimes you can go back and look at the old seat cover and just look at it for a reference. That's it. All right, so here we go. We're going to start taking and cutting these pieces right here out. Or drawing, I'll tell you that back, drawing them out. It beats taking that one right there apart, having to heat it up, trying to get all the pieces to lay down. Whenever all you gotta do is just come just like this right here. Whenever you make your pattern to the seat. We do have a whole bunch of we got a bunch of these made up, and I've made some seats in here that are that we actually have patterns too. I was just doing it for the video. But today is a Monday, and we are a Tuesday off today. We got to get this done. So I'm gonna try to explain it along the way how it's all coming together. It works a lot easier to trace it whenever you got a hard piece of plastic like this. I guess you can make it out of cardboard. Some of these pieces don't have to have foam on them. Some of them do. The ones that take a 1/4-inch pad, we'll put the 1/4-inch pad on those, and we'll put the 1/2-inch pad on the ones that need that. That's my carpet piece right here. I think some of those other pieces might have had a little carpet on them recently. Maybe not. But anyway, I'm gonna save this piece right here out. Okay, this piece right here is carpet. This piece right here ain't. So I'm gonna trace it out. It don't have carpet on it. It might not have nothing on it. This is, we got it wrote on there. This is carpet, but there you go. There. There. This right here. Got a good sharp pair of scissors. More around. These might work. I don't know how sharp they are. Okay, the pieces that I need, that's I don't know if you, let me check and see if you can see that. It looks like it's in a shadow. Hey, can anybody see? Can you see what's going on? You want to get a little closer? What about now? Maybe that's a little better. So the edges that goes around the edge, like this, that, it's called the boxing. It goes around the edge of the seat. This part right here, it's got a 1/4 inch. It's got a 1/4 inch pad on it. My gosh. I know this. A really sharp pair of scissors.
I don't have any.
And right here, I think they're sharp.
That work?
Yeah. You can make these a little bit bigger than what they are. I mean, and then whenever you cut it, you don't have to be as precise like that. They just don't have to be quite as precise if you make them a little bigger. Because then you can go back and just trace them out. All right, so all these right here, they get the 1/2 inch foam. Spam wrist. I get them all day long. Right. Okay, so we got these pieces. All these pieces right here get a 1/4 inch pad. This one right here, it don't get nothing.
Now it's time for us to sharpen all our scissors.
All right. You can tell when you can't slide through the material, it's time to sharpen. Okay, so we got this, we got that. Here's the center part. We're gonna take it, roll this up. And these pieces right here, they do get the 1/2 inch. Kind of so even got pieces with it because this gun right here don't even have a fan on it. Like the fan to fan it out, make it wider.
That's what this is work, huh?
See how it blushes? Oh, I don't know if they can see it. But it blushes, makes it look kind of wet on the other side of the material when you stick it real quick.
Give it a wet look.
Yeah. Oops, wrong pair. It's easy to pick up the wrong pair.
Those vents inside were stopped up. I don't know if that'll help it spray any better or not.
Well, Wesley might have solved the puzzle. He said the air vent was stopped up, and that will make it shoot big. Man, these big old scissors right here, Wes.
I don't like them. They're too deep for me. I can't control.
I kind of like them, but they are kind of big.
You have experience with them. I need something I can have a little more control of. They should be pretty sharp because we don't usually use those unless we get down to the bottom of the box.
Hey, these are pretty sharp, but I can't slide them through a piece of foam that easy. All right, let's take the pull that off. That way we can save that foam if we got to get close to the edge. All right, so we got this much right here done. These pieces. All right, so what I'm gonna do to these pieces is normally I'll just take and sew around the edges on. You don't have to do that. It's not actually required. You don't have to, but the factory does do it, so I kind of do it. All right, these pieces, they get the 1/4 inch foam. We buy this right here. It's called, they call it scrap headliner.
Okay.
It might have a little bitty flaw on it or something like that, and that's the reason that we get it. It's a little bit cheaper, not a lot. It don't seem like, but a little bit cheaper than regular headliner. These pieces here, Wes. They did have some pad on. All right, so we're gonna pad them. Instead of wasting it, sometimes you can take and just cut it in two and get your angle. Instead of wasting it, like if you got a big excess piece and you think you can't get that piece in there, just trim it down just a little bit. Like that. That's like this. We'll take and turn them upside down. And then we'll put it back down and it'll leave like an imprint where it was at before. You might want to turn your gun down when you're doing these little pieces. Because sometimes what it'll do is it'll blow that piece back up like that, and you'll get glue all on the material. We usually use the hard plastic that's left on the seat unless it's really screwed up. Then we'll do something different. This thing come from China. This, I don't like it. The one that we had before come off the tool truck and it was good. It lasted for years. And all you had to do was just bump it and that sucker right there would come loose and it worked perfect.
It's a quick release coupler.
Yeah. It was really, really good for years and years and years. And then it started leaking air finally. So there we go.
I'll cut that out if you want to sew.
Yeah, Wesley said you cut it out, so
I'm gonna move it over here where they can sew.
I'm just gonna sew around the edges. I don't think I wound any bobbins, Wesley, but I don't think it's got to have a certain color thread on this. Like I said, you don't have to do this right here. We just do it. I used to wear a ring. It was like a ring pair of snips like this. I used to wear them all the time. But then they get dull and once you get used to them, you don't even really know you got them on your hand. See there? You see how they do? When they dull, you can take them off though and sharpen them because they got removable blades on it. whenever you go to sew in the listing on here, if you pinch this edge, if you pinch it like I'm doing with these stitches right here, see it's just pinching it down. It makes it a little bit easier to put the Velcro back on. For me. All right, I don't want to show no stitching or nothing. I just don't want any to be showing, so I'm probably gonna take some of this right here. I got a little bit of charcoal right here. I'm thinking it's got a top stitch. Well, it might have a French seam. Was it a French seam, West, or what was it? That looks like a top stitch. Okay, all it had was a top stitch. That means that you just fold it over on one side and sew down next to the stitch line. That's what they call top stitch. If you don't know what that is, there you go. You just fold it over, like over on one side, and you put one stitch, pump all the way down, just like that. Otherwise, if it's got a French seam, it's got a stitch on both sides with a line down the center. There you go. All right, I'm gonna wind another bobbin. I don't think it's gonna take no more than 2 to do it. While I wind, most of the time I'll take and put a little oil on my sewing machine. You cannot oil it too much. You cannot put too much oil on the sewing machine. I don't think. I've always heard in your car, if you run out of gas, you're all right. It's the oil. If you run out of oil, that's when you got problems. Especially if you stop beside the road. Yeah. Al Campbell said it's not illegal, William, to use oil whenever he was machining some stuff on my backhoe. Even though all that happened before I got it. It's not illegal to use oil. Do we have a scrap piece of vinyl over there, Wes? A little short piece so I can check this with.
Check your stitches.
Huh?
Did you check your stitches?
Yeah. I thought I had put this bobbin in the case down here. When you adjust your tensioner like I was yesterday using a contrast thread, you want to go back and check that thread and make sure that it's coming up in the center. When I say coming up in the center, that means that you can't see the thread from this side or this side where it meets. it needs to meet in between this. It needs to meet in between the material where you can't see the stitching. Otherwise, if you tighten this too much, or if you loosen this too much, it's either going, if you tighten it too much, it's going to bring the bottom bobbin thread up to the top. If you loosen it too much, then it's going to be on the bottom, and it ain't going to look good. Trying to get this glue off my finger. All right, so we'll start sewing this right here together, just like this. If you're not used to it and you think that you need some marks, just put some guide marks on it. You know, if you think that you're gonna mess up in such a short distance, I mean, you can do it, but you don't necessarily have to do it. All right, we're gonna go ahead as I go, because I don't want to go back and do it all. Did Randall leave me any of this? All I'm doing is just pulling this this Velcro out, because I'm gonna be sewing it on here once I sew it together. It's even got a little center mark over there. It's got the green on it that shows you where you're supposed to be in the center. Y'all heard me say, I wished I would, when I first started this right here, I wished I'd have went around to all the upholstery shops that I could find and look at, and just not to get no work done, but to look at their and see what they had. Like, I don't want no work done. I just want to see what kind of car you're driving, how big is your house. But I can't say that it's all bad, because it's been good to me. It allowed me to raise my child, help with some grand youngins. It really hadn't been all bad. And I made a lot of people happy with their cars. I wish my grandboys had took an interest, but I just don't know why. They never wanted to do anything like this. And when I say it's a dying trade, it's a dying trade. Shit, most young people can't read a rule. I know y'all can't see what I'm doing, but I'm gonna show you. All right, all I did was just take this right here and sew the listing onto the back. All right, so that right there is the anchors. You don't use hog rings on these type seats right here no more. What they use is they use Velcro. And whoever done that, whoever invented it, whatever his name is, damn, he got rich. I should have bought stock in that. All right, so it don't go past this right here, that rollover seam. Don't go past this right here. It just goes to this right here and stops. And this is the boxing. So I'll take and sew these pieces right here together. I think that goes to the back right here, Wes. I think this right here goes to the front. I just checking my memory. Just checking my memory. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Put it on the wrong end.
That right there. I might have cut these pieces out wrong. This right here goes right here. So that's that. This piece right here, it goes on the, no, I didn't put it on the wrong end. I might have just looked at it wrong. Roll out that headliner waist and we're going to cut another piece off. A lot of times you cut out these pieces, they look a lot alike. Maybe we need to go back and write right, left, and stuff like that on.
What you do with the vinyl you had?
Huh?
We got to cut another piece.
Yeah, you got to cut another piece. Make it the opposite of this one right here, Wes. Here you go. Just cutting the one out the opposite of that. That's the pattern to it. All right, while he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and sew this piece right here on. It goes on this side. Hold on, Wes. That's right. This is right. See all the dirt right here? Look at that. All this dirt that comes out. See that? All that dirt right there. Hey, the camera messed up. Anyway, Whenever you get a pile of dirt like this that's going in through your sewing machine, go ahead and expect to have some trouble. It will come, and if you don't know how to work on a sewing machine, you will learn. You might not learn all the tricks. My first cousin sold sewing machines for 50-something years. Cutters Exchange, Singer, and all them companies, and sold them all over the world. He's the one that showed me a lot about how to work on a sewing machine. How to get it in time, what's causing it to do what it's doing. And you'll need that. When all the advanced stores was going out of business, I bought these scissors for like $1. They was like $20, but they had 90% off of them. They just had packets of stuff down there, and I picked these up. I think they was pretty decent scissors. I don't know why they got Die Hard wrote on them, but. Huh?
That's the Craftsman brand they sold.
Was it? It's got a little old back here at the back. For some unknown reason, these metal part of these scissors go all the way out and stick out the back. I guess they just didn't cut them off at the factory. What is it?
I think I got it right. I think I cut the same dang thing out.
No, you did. Did? No, you did. You cut it out right.
Okay. I have to think about the opposites.
This is a big deal on the opposites on these seat covers. I've been doing this crap 47 years. I still get it wrong. Okay, there we go. Go ahead and take your center mark. Mark your center at the top. Come down to the bottom. Mark your center, because you got to have that clear piece of plastic that's got to be sewed on there. You cut that carpet set out with? Okay. We come right here. Does the camera line up with? We come right here.
Yeah.
So I moved it. All right, you come right here, you bend it, especially at your seams right there. Get your center. Okay, so I got me a center mark right there. I don't know what that is on there.
Sweat.
I don't know if it's sweat. So we're gonna line it up. Some people start right here. I got a friend of mine that does upholster work, been doing it his whole life. He starts right here and he goes this away and then this away. But I don't, and I ain't never done it, so I always start right over here. I go all the way around. Like this. And that right there looks a little long for some unknown reason. don't pull in these corners, you don't pull it that way unless you're short over here, where you're lining up in the center. You just take it, kind of push it, just make it lay down, push it, like that. If you pull that in the corners, whenever you fold that back down, and you wonder why you got a wrinkle or it looks like it just don't look right, that's the reason. All right, so that had a top stitch on it. All I'm gonna do is lay it down like this right here. Lay it down flat. You need to try to make this seam right here as straight as you possibly can, because it's a visual piece. People will be looking at it and talking about how bad your seams look and how bad. I mean, because especially people on YouTube is going to be looking at your work and they're going to be criticizing. Say, man, damn, why didn't you do a better job than that? Why didn't you put a foot on it with a line up or something like that? And I do have them feet. I guess I can look at it. Why didn't you check your thread to make sure you wasn't gonna run out before you get all the way around? It's a whole bunch of people that are criticizing. But I'm not gonna criticize. I'm gonna say, hey, keep on going. Eventually, one day, you'll get it. So then the clear plastic or the black plastic or whatever goes around the edge right here. This piece. Goes around here. Usually like to sew that piece on last. All right, Wester, we got some more pieces over there, don't we? Like this piece right here. These pieces. I'm thinking that goes just like that. Where's my pattern? Oh, I see it.
I hope that's right.
Wesley got my patterns right here. Perfect, the vinyl. Yeah. And then once you get these pieces on here like this, just take these little plastic pieces, and cut them off. Transfer them as you go. think this carpet is called Flex Form. Some people call it needle punch. Some people call it some people call it a bad name. Because it ain't. It works on a car seat. Whenever you cover up a floorboard that looks pretty bad with it, it can be bad.
So what you're saying, it shows imperfections.
It'll get you by, you just can't be proud of it. It's like driving a Volkswagen. It'll get you there, but it ain't a Ferrari. Oh, and it looks like that was sewed all the way around all these. So. It must have a little stress on it. I'm gonna say my knives I got dull, or either that plastic won't allow me to cut. The other piece there that goes around this boxing, that's never a really easy piece to put on. But I do have a foot that I kind of cut down and made to do that. I'll show you what it looks like whenever I start to sew it on. Okay. This piece right here, it looks like it's sewed on after the carpet's sewed on. So I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna take and put this piece right here.
There's a sharpener right in front of you. The dirt in this cover just dulls mine.
Maybe it's sharp enough. All this dirt is this horrible. You can believe me, it's horrible on your sewing machine. That looks like it went all the way down to the end right there, Weston. What's the deal? see what I'm talking about?
Is that where it went? No, that's the side piece.
Hold on just a second. I don't think that piece right there went right there. I think another piece went there. Go over there and get the pieces that come off of that. That right there, it looks like it did go there because it's on there.
I mean, I didn't take that apart.
You see that? Where that goes?
Now, I marked these on the side if you want to put them back to the piece to line it up. One, two, one's on this side.
Right there. All right, so that went like that, and that right there went right here. But this piece right here, you see that edge right there? What went right there? It had something right there. Okay, that piece, where's it at? That's here. No, it's over there somewhere. That's the piece I'm looking for. No, I cut it out. I cut it out. I'm pretty sure I did.
Cut it out right up it's amongst. It ain't filling the floor, has it?
It might be laying over there like a piece that was just laying there that I didn't finish cutting out. Huh?
It's not in the floor. Is that piece?
Huh?
I don't have the original.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Well, I don't have one cut out of here.
I thought I had cut one out.
But it is that I don't have. Not on the floor, not rolled up in the chairs. So it should be.
That carpet right there ain't the same as this one. You cut it out of there. I don't think it had no pad on it, but you can cut it out of that. gonna find the center on this piece right here, and it's already cut. You can see it right there. Let me see. This foot right here, it's a real thin foot. I made it. I cut one side of a regular foot off, and I made it to sew that plastic right there on. Try to make sure that you get it all lined up where the center part right here is lined up with your feet. It's very important that you keep it all lined up. Like here, how it got real quiet. It's going through the same stitch holes that it has. Okay. Being as that don't cover a whole lot of, it don't have a lot of press down on it because it don't have a lot of foot. Change it back down, put my weft cord put back on here. Not that I'm putting weft cord on it. Wesley done cut my other piece out. It goes just like this. That curves around the bottom. Darn, Wesley, that looks like that went way over there. That went all the way to the edge, I think, like that. Some of these pieces ain't exactly the same. That one right there is way bigger, look. You see how much bigger that is?
You may have to cut it down. I was just going by that.
Doggone. Give me a marker.
Wonder if that went to a different year model or a different seat or
Yeah,
something.
it might have went to a little bit different year model. Believe me, I'm finding out. They changed them a bunch. in some years. I had some brand new 2012 takeoffs when we was doing the leather conversion. Brand new. And that truck out there is a 2000. 2007. I thought, man, I got me some free seat covers just by saving. I went to put in 2011.
Yeah.
Tried to put in 2011s on there. They weren't even close. So I went to the junkyard and I got some seats out of 2011. I said, I got it whipped now. It wasn't even close. Wasn't even close. What went down that backside right there?
Hold on, I'm thinking. I don't.
This. You cut one of them, didn't you?
Yeah, and you sewed it on over.
I ain't sewed it. Wait.
Was that supposed to be vinyl and I cut it out carpet?
No. Hey, sometimes when you take all this stuff apart, you start putting it back together, it's like a doggone jigsaw puzzle. I know this right here says, it says carpet to vinyl right there. That means that right there went like that. You know what, Wesley? I wonder if I shouldn't have cut that out like that. If you didn't have it right to start with. Hey y'all, that looks pretty close to being right there. It does. It looks pretty close.
That other piece was way big.
Huh?
That other piece was bigger.
It was
The
a lot
pattern
bigger.
that we used,
Huh?
the pattern was bigger. Like I say, I don't know if it went to a different year model or what.
Cutting out another one, Wes, the same way. It ain't got to have no vinyl on it. I mean, no pad on it, Wes. You can just cut it out.
Cut back out of that piece again.
Huh?
I'm just gonna cut out that piece again.
Okay, just cut it out then. Hey y'all, we're gonna get it. We're gonna win. We might not win like Stephen Hodges, but we're gonna win. Before it's over with. Before it's over with. Okay, so this piece right here, that's actually where it went. So what I got to do is I'm gonna sew that other piece on that he's got.
You take that other piece off.
I got it right here.
And I have, because I think I'm drawing it out backwards.
And here. If you draw it out with the writing up like that, draw it out just like that.
The vinyl side or the
Final side up. 11:03. Okay, Wes has done cut me out a piece here. I'm gonna throw it on here just like we had planned to start with. So around that. What in the world? If there's any excess threads, I normally just cut them off. So. Here we go. Kind of like back to the drawing board. It's easy to get off track sometimes, and if you do upholstery work, then that's gonna happen. You can't always just go through it. Not every time. I did backstitch this. Okay, we got the cover made. All we got to do now is come over here. There's our old Velcro. Check the frame out, make sure it ain't. I don't see no cracks in it. These right here is real bad to get some cracks in them because they ain't made that much. It'll come right in here. That's my mark.
I got the thing out here, the one we used last. It's right here. I had it plugged up already.
Oh. Here you go, Wes. Put it back to the storage. Just gonna hold that in place so I can. Okay, that's kind of a wedge right down here. So I'm gonna had to put that little wedge shape on it because I had to go downhill right here. Okay. Where's my little? We'll cut a groove sometimes in some foam with this right here, and it works pretty good to do it with. But that is beveled just a little bit, so I'm gonna come right in here. I don't think that'll stick. I don't think that'll stick too good. We really don't have but a few minutes to get all this done because by lunchtime. So it won't take it won't take long. We'll finish it right on there.
Cleaning that vent didn't make it spray no better, did it?
Yeah,
Oh, it did?
I think it made it spray a little bit better.
I couldn't tell the difference.
Okay. The thing is, this does speed it up if you blow some air on it. It ain't got to be hot air. Yeah. I stuck that out in the sun for about 2 seconds. It was dry. I don't like this. I'm gonna throw this damn thing away.
until you get one. It's that or they're elite.
Okay, so that's where we're at. We got all the pieces that's on there. I just got to mark it. Look at the other side over here, see about how high that is, and that way you can kind of go. I mean, you don't have to put a marker on it. You can kind of look at it like this right here and tell that it does just like this right here. Just like that. I don't know if I cut it exactly like that, but it's going to be close. You can always take a little more off. It's hard to add it back on there. So if you go a little bigger, you can always cut a little bit off. Okay, I'm just going to smooth that out and see where I'm at. Always look at your other side and see about where you're at. Hold on. Okay. Shit. Hold on. Let me see.
The sandpaper's 36 degrees.
Okay. That's pretty much where we're at right there. Remember from the very beginning, if you remember, if you don't, I'll just explain it again. I took and sprayed this. This is called a bell stick. This one right here really don't look that good, but I sprayed it once before, so I'm just gonna spray it again. It gave it a little bit more of a foundation to make it stick harder. There's a lot of pull on that bell stick over the years. All right, well that's drying wet. I think this right here needs anything like maybe hitting that with a blaster. No? Yeah? No? All right, you see where the bottom of this right here is? Where I put that new piece in? It had this papery looking crap on there that the factory did. But to make it last, you really need something. You need something a little bit better than that. And it'll help hold this right here together. So we're going to come right in here. I don't have to put a lot in it, but you see where the pin springs, it's called cheese cutters, where they bite into that. We're going to put a little bit over that. There's a split place right here. We're going to put a little bit in there. I wish I was more of a YouTube creator. You know what I mean? That I knew how to do a lot of this shit. I go ahead and edit it and all that kind of stuff. But I don't. We do this for a living. And I would make a lot more videos, but I just don't want to bore you to slap to death. a YouTube creator wouldn't let you know that they sewed that piece on wrong or nothing like that. They're not going to let you know that. They're going to go ahead and they're going to take all that stuff out. You'll never know. I'm going to tell you, you don't make no mistakes, you didn't do upholstery work. If you didn't make no mistakes learning, you didn't learn. Okay. So there we go. We'll take and put this piece here. It's done dried enough, I think. Put it right back down in here. The foam is pretty much fixed. I mean, maybe it could be a little bit better, but pretty much it's fixed. It does have some foam in the cover, which is a 1/2 inch. We're gonna come right here. We're gonna line it up, mash it down. This new Velcro right here, without a doubt, it's gonna stick good. I need to go to the forward just a tad. Want that to line up in the front. Right there. Right there.
Hello, Giant. Should be plugged up.
Let's stick in the top. What the world? I wonder if it failed or something.
I'll unplug one of these and see if it.
Maybe it's time to get a new cord. Heat it up or either stick it outside.
And the heat allows for it to stretch.
It helps it stretch a little bit easier, especially whenever it's got this backing on here. And then we'll look at it and make sure that it don't need steaming or something like that. must have had a ring or something down there. Try to get that Velcro to really stick good. But crap. Having some power surges up here. Let this steam just come out a little bit. You see that little bit right there where it's folded backwards when I was sewing it? Maybe it'll get that right there out. Can you tell where I folded it backwards? Folded the material over when I was sewing it or something like that. All that right there needs to come out. Let me blow that dirt, Wes. This is a work truck. It don't have the, normally it would have a hole cut in here and you'd have the remote controls in here to make the seat go up and back and stuff like that. This one right here, it was more of a work, Janie Jane. And is it Janie Jane or playing? Janie Jane darn sure ain't playing this. We know that. Right in here, you see just a little bit. I don't think this guy right here is going to care one way or the other because all he wants to do is sell the truck. Or
He bought it to work.
did he?
Yeah. He's going to his farm. He's on his farm. He just, well, that's what I understood.
Yeah.
I think it was like a heavy duty truck, like a 4,500, 5,500 truck.
Sure. Hey, in that case, what it's going to have is a ton of dirt all over it in no time. And kind of like it was when we got it here, it won't never be clean. Never. This, the cleanest it's going to ever be is when it goes in the truck. Now, he's got a couple of little bitty places on the backrest that he didn't get fixed. We're just gonna let it get worse. They're not too bad though. But here we are. It's lunchtime. Thank y'all for joining in. If you learned anything, give me a thumbs up. A like. Maybe a share if you know somebody that's working on an old car. But this is the way it is. This is what it takes. Thank y'all. We'll see y'all next time.
Took me a second.